This is Huijun Yang. In this video, I'd like to talk about an education policy. Shanghai bans primary school final exams for the subject of English. Now let's begin with, what is the policy? According to the notice released in August 3, 2021 by Shanghai's Education Commission, primary school pupils will only take final exams in the subjects of mathematics and Chinese language aptitude. English is not included. Next, I'd like to talk about the historical and current perspective on this policy and its strengths and weakness. How did the public view this policy? Broadly, the Chinese authorities are easing the workloads of school children amid an effort to ease the burdens on families and parents. Still, this policy came as a shock to the general public. English has long been synonymous to China's reforms and opening up policies, which benefited most Chinese families fundamentally. The ability to read and speak English was considered a key to well-paying jobs, study abroad opportunities, and better access to information. According to the statistics, there are more than 300 million Chinese are studying English. Many Chinese people with an interest in English can't help but see Shanghai's decision as a step away from openness to the world. After the Shanghai announcement, an online survey with about 40,000 responses found that about 85% of respondents agreed that students should continue to learn English no matter what. People are curious about the possible reasons that lead to this policy. Quite interestingly, after its release, a video went viral on internet. It featured Jack Ma, a famous Chinese e-business tycoon, explaining what English learning means to him. In the video he remarked, "For people like me, if it's not English, all my education is like this. The school tells you what is right, and your parents tell you what is right. After having learned English, I don't think they told the truth." We must think independently about these questions. This policy worries Chinese parents. Without the final term English test, it is hard for most parents to know the performance of their kids in English subject. English is still among the most important subjects to be tested in entrance examination to high schools and universities. Since parents cannot find outsourced supports for their kids in English subject, they have to count on themselves by picking up English vocabulary book and to tutor their kids at home, which might be the only solution after the policy release of double reduction in education. After all, after-school tutoring is illegal now, and Chinese educators don't want to be outlaws by teaching English. Then let's go to the question, how does the law affect schools in general and teaching and learning in particular? This policy concerns Chinese teachers of English too. They worry they might lose their jobs in the future, because authorities now view English as one of the signs of suspicious foreign influence and try to intensify political propaganda through cutting English teaching hours and barring using overseas textbooks in schools of all levels. Instead, they replace foreign texts with the party doctrine. Elementary schools in Shanghai may not be conducting English tests, but a new textbook on Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era will be required reading in the city's elementary, middle, and high schools. Each student is required to take a weekly class for a semester. Schools in other provinces like Hunan are replacing English subject with Russian language in their curriculum. And many famous language learning applications like Duolingo were removed from App Store in mobile phones in China. Thus the public worry that Shanghai's practice might become a prelude to a nationwide practice to reject the world.